What's up, everybody? It's Ryan from No Limits Fitness Coaching. Today, we're talking all about how to put together your weight training program if you're a beginner. We're talking all about the movement patterns today in part two. So, why don't we jump out into the gym and talk all about it?
The next thing we're going to talk about in building a program is a little bit to do with the actual exercises. And what exercises do you use and when do you do them? Or all of that can be a little bit confusing. At the very core, we can break it down into a principle of movement patterns that should be worked or should be exercised on a regular basis. So these movement patterns really build the basis of your program as you move forward. When we think about movement patterns, you may not quite understand what those are. It's very simple, and we'll cover in a more advanced level in future videos. But really, to understand what these movement patterns are, you have number one, a squat. Number two, you have a hinge. Three, you have an upper body push. Four, you have an upper body pull. Five, you have a lunge. Now, each and every one of these movement patterns has numerous exercises that can work that exact movement pattern. And so being aware of these things, such as a squat. Now, we know that a squat movement pattern, so really going down into that squat pattern, can be worked many different ways. If we think about a front squat, a back squat, a box squat where we're going down to either a chair or a box and sitting on that, we can think of many different exercises that work that pattern. You can also call that mostly leg workout, right? And that's true. But when we think about having our exercises work in movement patterns, it really builds a better foundation instead of telling you to just go work legs. Okay, that's fine, but if you do nothing but squats, you now understand that if you get the movement pattern principle, you start realizing that you're not working those other movements. If you're just doing squats, you're not going to hit the hinge. You're also not going to be doing a lunge movement pattern, which helps in walking, which helps in so many different functional movements. So building and making sure that the exercises you choose, which is really the easy part, but they work that movement patterns every single week. That's the important thing, making sure that your exercises are targeting different movement patterns throughout your program. The last thing we're going to talk about in this beginner weightlifting video and building your program is all about the split. And I know this is kind of a hot topic. Everybody loves to talk about what split are you doing? So we're going to get into a little bit of what you might consider for what split you use, or really what body parts you're working and how often you're working them. Before we talk about that though, go ahead and like this video if you're getting enjoyment out of it, if you're getting value out of it. Also hit subscribe if you enjoy content that helps you to build muscle, to lose fat, and really just get in better shape. Now, talking about splits, again, it can be kind of super all over the place. I talk to some people and they love doing things like a bro split, where you work one body part every single day of the week. You do it once per week. That's fine. You could do that. It's much more of a bodybuilding style. You could also do something like a push-pull legs. You could do upper body, lower body split. Quite popular right now is just a full body workout. To tell you the truth, all of these splits have great value. I've used every single one of these splits and made progress on all of them. So what is it that you should be doing then? What program would most benefit you as a beginner and possibly maybe as your main goal to lose fat? Well, really when it comes down to it, it's whatever's best for you or most convenient for you. The best thing that I tell my clients to do is figure out how many days per week you can be in the gym or be working out. So if you figure out that you can only be in the gym about 3 days a week, that's fine. You can probably, my most favorite routine for somebody with 3 days per week would be a push-pull legs. So when we think about a push-pull legs, what you're gonna do is possibly maybe your first day in the gym, you're gonna do a push, upper body push workout. So that would entail things like bench press. You're gonna do flies, bench press, fly, or dumbbell flies. You're going to do shoulder presses. You're going to do anything that has to do with pushing the weight away from the upper body, away from the body. So it's going to hit triceps, chest, shoulders. Then on your second day in the gym, you would do an upper body pull. So you're going to be working things like biceps and back. Anything that has to do with pulling the weight towards you. Then on that third day, you're going to do all of your leg work. Now by remembering our movement patterns, that's how our exercise choice can really be fine-tuned. If we're thinking about on an upper body pull day, we need to make sure that we're doing the upper body pull workouts, right? So that kind of really just plays perfectly into the movement patterns. When we have the upper body push day, upper body pull day, it takes care of two of those movement patterns right away. Then when we think about the leg day, we can then add in our squat movement pattern, our lunge movement pattern, and our hinge. If we add those three things in, we now have a solid base to our leg day. So remembering the movement patterns is going to go a long way into our split and how we program each exercise. Now, I'm not going to go into a super long list of exercises that you could do. I post videos of different exercises and how to do them on a regular basis. So if you need suggestions on exercises to add, you can check out the rest of my channel. Go ahead and hit subscribe, hit that like button. Make sure that you're getting notifications when I post new videos to help you build your program as well.